Hey friends, what's going on? It's your old pal Sean Pierce Johnson here, and welcome back to Stompbox Saturday. Today on the Stompin' Block, we are taking a look at and listen to the Steel String Supreme Slight Return version from Vertex Effects. As many of you watching are no doubt aware of, we recently lost Howard Alexander Dumble, the legendary builder of the Dumble amplifier line. And in terms of pedal companies, I can't really think of one that has leaned into the Dumble sound so much as Vertex Effects. Mason, the rig doctor himself, is an avowed Dumble fanatic, loving to take those amplifiers, condense down their core characteristics into easily accessible stomp boxes. And the Steel String Supreme Slight Return version is the latest take on that sound. Let's talk about the controls and the features of this pedal. The pedal has two sides, the steel string side and the Supreme EQ side. First, the steel string side, turned on and off by the left foot switch, is controlled by the three small knobs on the bottom labeled level, filter, and gain. Now this version is a slightly tweaked version of the steel string clean drive in that I feel like the mid-range Q from the filter control is a little bit more apparent, a little bit more peaky. You're getting a little bit more mid push from this rather than getting more of like a fattening effect that you might get from the normal steel string circuit. The filter is a sweepable filter from 800 hertz to 1.2 kilohertz. That's kind of that magic guitar mid-frequency spectrum that really allows you to either fatten your sound or get a little bit of extra cut. And the gain, although it's labeled gain, this isn't really a heavy overdrive pedal. In fact, it's not even really much of an overdrive pedal at all. It just kind of adds a little bit of grit, a little bit of more harmonic content so that you get something that is still clean, but maybe a little bit more exciting to the ear and a little bit more exciting to play. That steel string circuit is then bolstered by the Supreme EQ side. It has three knobs and two three-way toggle switches. Output, fat, and clean are the knobs. The output is the volume control for that Supreme EQ. Now it comes pre-steel string side, so you can dial it back, maybe get something a little bit cleaner, or really goose it and get some edge of breakup or even overdrive tones out of this pedal. The fat control adjusts sort of that low mid-range area where you're going to start really feeling the fatness of your guitar tone. And then finally clean, that allows you to blend in your original guitar sound. Then the two toggle switches are something very reminiscent to what you'd find on a Dumble amplifier, either an overdrive special or a steel string singer. We have a bright and deep switch and a rock jazz switch. But now that we've talked about it, why don't we actually hear this thing? Let's first talk about how the setup is going to go. The guitar is going into a TC Polytune 2, which is in true bypass mode with no buffer coming before this pedal. That's personally the way that I like to run it. And into the front end of a Hughes & Kettner Black Spirit 200 set on a clean tone. Now that is plugged into my orange PPC 212 speaker cab with Celestion Vintage 30s, and that cab is mic'd up with a Shure SM57 and a Hilby Design Boho active ribbon microphone. Everything is going to be mixed accordingly in Pro Tools, and I am not doing any other post-processing other than adding limiting onto the master so that we get this loudness level up a little bit. All right, enough yakking, time to check out how this thing sounds. First, let's talk about the gain and the filter control. I'm gonna sweep the range of both those knobs in this portion of the video so that you get an idea of what they do just on their own with just the steel string side of this pedal engaged. EQ side of the Steel String Supreme Slight Return version. Let's go ahead and check out these toggle switches. I'm gonna play the same basic thing and just switch them. Whether you have them off or whether you are using their low and high end emphases, these two switches are a big time help in the overall tone shaping of the Supreme EQ. But so are the knobs. Of course, they should do something. Let's check out all of them. First, the fat control lets you hear just exactly what it's doing to the sound. And you might be surprised when we turn it full up what kind of fatness you're really getting. When you turn the fat control up all the way, it almost gets sort of this squishy low-end compression. Now the clean control, starting at its lowest position and moving all the way up to its highest position. Now let's go ahead and see what this output control can do. Now I'm going to turn on both sides of this pedal so that you can see just what the output control can do when driving the steel string side of the SSS SRV. And that's really everything that you need to know about shaping tone with the Steel String Supreme Slight Return version. There's tons of great things that you can do with this pedal in order to get more sounds than just your typical Dumble fare. So why don't we explore a little bit? This is a real surprising tone that I want to share with you right now. I'm going to use my Jennings Navigator plugging into this to get an edge of breakup kind of sound. Now this next tone is how I find myself playing with this pedal more often than not, going for my Stratocaster with a nice big fat clean tone from the Steel String Supreme. Now, when we get to a little bit of overdrive in this portion, I'm going to bring in my JHS Bonsai in the TS10 mode, naturally, with settings that are roughly about there, I would say. And we're just going to kick it on when I feel like getting a little bit gritty. Just take a listen. I think you'll dig it. Now with this last sample tone, I want to address something that I've seen in a few other reviews of the Steel String Supreme Slight Return version, and that is that this pedal doesn't work that well with humbuckers, to which I say, false! False, I tells ya! This thing works fantastically with humbuckers. In fact, you're going to be seeing my main black and silver Les Paul making an appearance in this video, finally. And the real key with this is knowing how to set the fat control and the toggle switches to get you the sound that you want. Both sides of the pedal are going to come into play, but I was able to get something that stayed clean with these big humbuckers, and I wasn't getting a whole lot of low end and low mid mud. But then I can crank the output control, drive that steel string side, and get myself a little bit of squishy overdrive that's just a lot of fun to play. And that, my friends, is our look and listen to the Steel String Supreme Slight Return version from Vertex Effects. Now, before I share my opinion, I want to say a few things. One, remember, I spent my own money on this pedal. This is not a paid video, and Vertex did not send this to me. Two, I am well aware of everything that happened with Vertex in the past, so take your negative comments elsewhere. And three, I absolutely love this pedal. I find myself, every time that I want to just sit around in the studio and vibe for a little bit, plugging into this with any guitar that I have at my disposal, include that sexy looking Vola behind me right there, and just having an absolute blast coming up with musical nonsense sometimes. I find myself playing for hours, just tweaking knobs, finding a setting, and then just vibing. Kind of chilling and seeing what comes out. And what's cool is a lot of musical ideas have come out of my use of this pedal. And I can't give any pedal a bigger endorsement than that. Just like the CXM 1978 that was doing the bulk of the reverb work for this video that inspired me to take a break from making demos and make some music, this is a pedal that makes me want to make music. It makes playing fun and exciting and inspiring. And that's what our equipment is supposed to do. It's supposed to inspire us. It's supposed to make playing fun. And if the equipment doesn't do that, well, then it can just go out in the trash or find a home somewhere else. So big bravo to Mason and the crew over at Vertex for this pedal. I have never played a Steel String Supreme, or excuse me, a Steel String Singer ever. I haven't ever touched a real Dumble. I've only touched Dumble clones. But if this makes any amplifier feel half as good as a Steel String Singer really feels to play, then I can't wait for the moment that I can actually touch a real Steel String Singer and play through it. So thank you very much, Mason. I think this is a great place to pay tribute to Mr. Dumble and the work that he did. And I hope you all enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. I would love to know your thoughts on this if you leave a comment in the comments section below. And there's a few things that I would love you to do in order to help support this channel. First, give this video a thumbs up. Click the share button, share the link to the video with a guitar playing friend of yours, and of course the easiest thing you can do is clicking the subscribe button and ringing the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. But the best way that you can show me some support is subscribing to my brand new email newsletter. Head over to my official website, SeanPierceJohnson.com, or click the link in the description below, scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, and there's a place for you to enter your email address to sign up. I'm not going to spam you. You're going to be getting every single video I make direct to your inbox, and that is it. Unless, of course, I announce giveaways or that I have merch for sale. But those are emails for another time. Right now, it's all about the content. Thanks so much for spending part of your day with me, everybody. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. And until next time, I'm Sean Pierce Johnson, wishing you all watching great tone, great health, and of course, happy stomping. Cheers, friends. I'll see you in the future. God bless.